Hello, beautiful whiskey folk and dedicated barflies. It's fantastic to welcome you into another Thursday night vPub. I'm excited for this one. Pretty stoked. We've got the Diageo 6 Classic Malts, so we're going to do a little vertical flight of those. And I have the order behind me, so we're going to do Cragganmore, Dal Winnie, Glen Kinchie, Oban, Talisker, and then Lagavulin. That's kind of I feel like that's the order that makes the most sense. I don't know, so hopefully you guys have at least a couple of these and we can kind of dram along and you can let me know what you think about them, if you like them, if you don't like them. Hold on, I got a little smudge on my glasses. Just got to fix it or it's going to drive me bonkers. So give me a second, then I'll go into the lounge and say hello to some beautiful whiskey folk and dedicated barflies. Also, we have a Menno quiz tonight, guys, so if you're jumping ship, jump ship now. No, just kidding. Okay, this is the first one that I can see. I feel like there was other people in here before. I think Helen was the first one in. We got Gerben Blocker, hello. Petehead Frank. We've got Menno, multi-mission. He's in the back and in the chat, just doing multiple things. We got Helen and Andy, hello. We got Max, hey Marcus. Okay, we got Dez, hello Dez. Sugar Kitty says meow, meow back. We got Nick, aka Twin, aka Whiskey 101. Molasses, hello. Oh my goodness, guys. So let me know. Do you guys have these? Do you guys have these whiskeys? Do you like them? Do you think they're garbage? Do you think they're great? Oh, we got Malt Minion, hello. I still have that sample of Kilhoman that you sent me. Thank you for that. It's wonderful. We got Che Francis, my new patron. Oh my goodness, I forgot to write down my new patrons. Hold on, I'm going to have to go into Patreon real quick. We got Luna Aaron, hello Barflies, and Shay Lammers. Oh, there you go. Maybe that's the summer vPub name for you guys. We got Gav Drams. So many people in the chat. We got 50 people in the lounge. How crazy is that? Drew from Arizona. Lindsay. Chris. Tom Scaramusa. I love your last name. David Evans. It's my birthday on Monday, so if you could all sing me happy birthday, that would be nice. Happy birthday, David. It would be the opposite of a birthday gift if you heard me sing happy birthday, so I'm not going to do that to you. We got John de la Cuisine. Hello. So many people in. Okay, and then I should get to my new patrons real quick. I'm just seeing if there's any new names. Thomas Elmer. Hello. Okay. Eric McDaniel. Lagavulin. Oh, you've got Cragganmore was the most surprising whiskey for me, quite equal to Talisker and Lagavulin in my book. Okay, interesting. Oh, this will be fun. We got Andrew Taylor. Hello, boys, I'm back, says Steve A. Hello, Steve. Oh, goodness, chat is just jumping like a mother. Thunderstorm rolling in, could possibly lose power. That's my husband letting me know that we might lose power. So if all of a sudden you don't see my face, that's why. Okay, let me get into Patreon real quick. I totally forgot to. This is what I was forgetting. I told Menno in the back. I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I was. How do I get in? I don't even know. Darn it. Hold on 1 second, guys. This is how this stream is starting. Yep. Okay, I'm just going. Okay, new patrons. Okay, these are not new patrons. New patrons, we got Ben Alcorn, Stacy Stearns, Stephen Vaughn, Leo and Rachel. I can't remember if I said them last time. So thank you to all the new patrons. We're at 59 patrons today, which is pretty crazy because just a couple weeks ago we were at 50, which is just nuts. So, okay. Steve is just being so politically correct. I don't have any of the classic malts here, but I've enjoyed some in the past. Okay, Che. All right. We can all sing happy birthday together. Oh, that's awesome. Been a couple weeks since I made it. Oh, no worries, Steve. Hey, it happens. Trying to replace Talisker 10 on my weekly online grocery shop. They were out. Replace it with Glenlivet 12. Oh, dang it. Well, that's a bummer. Well, potentially a bummer. Maybe you like it. We got Big Vic in the house. Thanks, everybody, for saying happy birthday to David. Oh, gosh, I was trying to click on Menno's. Oh, he's talking to Steve A. Okay, guys. So, we're going to start with Cragganmore, I think that makes the most sense. I've seen a lot of ones where they start with like Dal Winnie or Glen Kinchie, and then they move on to Cragganmore, but I'm like, this has the lowest ABV, so just kind of makes sense. I mean, I go in terms of flavor profile as well, but ABV a little bit, so yeah, let me know if you guys have this and what you think of it. Apparently, according to their branding, it's the most, like, what is it called? The most fragrant malts or something like that. I also have this adorable little 200 cl bottle of it with like a tiny little baby cork. It's like a real baby cork. It's adorable. But what does it say? Sophisticated Speyside with the most complex aroma of any malt. I feel like that's a pretty bold statement. It also says the best of Speyside above the above the label. So they're just really tooting their own horn. This bottle is so cute. I know. I love the little ones. I've got a little Lagavulin, a little Talisker, and a little Cragganmore that came in like this little gift set. And yeah, baby bottles are just, they're my jam. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Jason from the Mash and Drum is in. Hey, legend. If you guys don't know who Jason is, what are you doing with your lives? You probably do know because he's got like 50,000 subscribers. He's just so awesome. He makes such great content. So what's up, my brother? Oh, you have a little oven? Oh, cool, cool. I know, I'm like a massive human. It doesn't look like it, but I am. Okay. So I'm going to try. My goal is for us to get as high on Menno's quiz as possible tonight. So I don't know what he's put on the quiz, but I'm just going to like spit all the facts in hopes that we will all get a good score on tonight's quiz. So apparently this means Big Rock. It's 40% ABV, colored, chill filtered. The whole range is colored and chill filtered from what I can tell based off of my research, sadly. And then this one is second fill bourbon casks. It smells really sweet. I would not say that it's the most complex aroma that I've ever encountered, but kind of smells like honey. It's really sweet. All right, I'm going to go for a little sip. Cheers, guys. Slanjava. It's actually pretty dang good. Wow. It kind of is surprising for 40%. Like, the texture in the body on the palate is nice. It's got a little bit of spice, and then it's just a smidge bitter, but not in a bad way. I kind of like it. It kind of balances the sweetness out. Okay, Steve, I'll have to skip on joining with the theme tonight. Don't have any Glen Kinchie, Dal Winnie, or Cragganmore, and don't feel like Oban, Tally, or Lager right now. Oh, well, I've got options. Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think. Like, do you still think that this is a relevant, you know, not representation of region or anything, but just relevant in the kind of current whiskey landscape? Or do you think that new things have kind of overrun this? Or I feel like a lot of people, you know, this was introduced in the 88, I think, and I feel like a lot of people, this was kind of their first introduction to different malts. Like they probably got that little tasting pack, or they may have asked for bottles for Christmas or, you know, something like that. So I feel like not everyone, but I feel like a lot of people probably have one of these bottles that's kind of special to them. Like it maybe got them into whiskey, that sort of thing. Okay, best combo in my opinion is starting with Cragganmore and then chasing with Balcones. Okay, I don't have any Balcones, so I've only had Dal Winnie, Oban, and Lagavulin. Okay, interesting. Oh, this is so cool, guys. I figured everybody would already have this, but I was kind of talking to Menno about this in the back, that the only reason I have some of these is because I wanted to do a 6 classic malts video. I just thought it'd be cool, so I bought them because of that, and I don't know if I would have bought them for any other reason, you know? Like Cragganmore, for example. I probably wouldn't have bought that. So, hey, Amy, how's it going? In real life, Shayla is 9'7". if you put Dalmore in your lineup, Jimmy would never let you live it down. Well, we don't have to worry about that. It's not in the 6 classic malts, so. But these are all colored and chill filtered, so we've got the Dalmore-esqueness in all of these. Okay, I'm still on this Cragganmore. No, Cragganmore having Auchentoshan and 3-wood. Nice trim. Okay, cool. Yeah, it smells really good, honestly. Okay, I'm thinking a little Tullibardine 500. So, I can't remember. For the Tullibardine, the 500, is that like the size of cask that it's in? I feel like that's what it is. Isn't there like a 250, a 500? Let me know. There might be some other thing, but I thought that's what it was. I've never had Tullibardine, so I'm not sure. Okay, so I would not buy that. I mean, I got it as a gift, but I would not buy that for myself, I don't think. There's a nice amount of flavor and a decent texture for 40%, but it's just not, there's just not enough. So, okay, now I'm going to go to the Dal Winnie 15. So this is a little bit higher in the ABV, 43%, still colored, still chill filtered. This is their Highland, or one of their Highland expressions. They're kind of like North Highland, I guess. This smells way fruitier than the Cragganmore. This has ex-bourbon and ex-sherry in it, so a little bit on that fruitier side. It's really sweet as well. It's got that like honey thing going on. 500 sherry, 228 French wine cask, etc. Okay. Right. Awesome. Thank you, guys. I think I saw that on a Aquavitae quiz at one point. I love Cragganmore, says Matt. Okay. All right. Do you like this like version of it, or are you talking about just in general their like whiskey, like other expressions, like independent bottlers or something like that? Or you actually like the one at 40%? I really enjoy the Cragganmore texture, but the Dal Winnie was one of my gateway whiskeys. Don't really drink it anymore, but it started me on the journey. Oh, cool. Yeah, a while back. Yeah, that's what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure. Oh, and Lindsay's saying Dal Winnie got her into whiskey as well. I've only ever had 3 bottles over the last 32 years. Okay. Second seemed decidedly smoky. Okay. Hey, Trev the Bourbon Wrench. If you guys don't know Trev, he does a bunch of bourbon reviews. I made it. Am I supposed to pour scotch? No, you can pour whatever you want. But if you have scotch, go for it. If you feel like it. So this one kind of is smelling a little bit like heather to me. And a little bit jammy. I don't know how much percent-wise it's sherry versus ex-bourbon, but it seems like it's got a little bit in there. It's like fruity, a little bit jammy. And I feel like a lot of these are honey. I've had all of these before, and I feel like a lot of them I say that there's honey on them, so there's also honey on this one. I don't know. Oh, Cragganmore 20? Wow. Oh, awesome. So, Trev, you've got a sample of Oban 18. So we're doing Oban 14 in just a couple of whiskeys. So that's cool. Okay, I love the 40% Cragganmore, even though it isn't a trendy whiskey. Okay, yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty good texture-wise and flavor-wise for 40%, but I just prefer a little bit higher ABV. So it's not bad for 40, though, honestly. So this is a little bit dry on the finish. I figured it would be sweeter. It smells a lot sweeter, but I'm not getting that. Okay, and I probably should rank these at some point tonight. It's a little sweeter on that go around. Yeah, nice and early on a Thursday. Yep, this is a little aquavite time. And then we're going to be doing I think we're doing an American malt whiskey flight with Matt from Whiskey Crusaders on Saturday. I think that's the plan. So, yeah. Hey, Jason Bradford, how's it going? Okay, so I liked that one. It was okay. I'm going to go to Glen Kinchie next. So this is one of the first whiskeys that I ever bought. It's very, very low right now. I don't know if you guys can see the fill level. Yeah, there you go. It's super, super low. So I've been getting through this. I've also given a lot of samples away of this. And I had this in a blind flight with some other stuff, and I ranked it pretty high. So we'll see how I feel about it tonight. And then I'll be going back and forth, obviously, to pick my favorite. So, Graham Fraser, I'm old enough to remember classic malts when they first came out. Yeah, so I was kind of curious about that. Where, do you guys have a memory of those coming out, and kind of what were your impressions? I was not born yet when these came out, so they came out in 1988. So a few years before my time, but. So yeah, I think the name was United Distillers and Vintners. I think that was the actual original name before it became Diageo. That was who released it, but then it became Diageo, I think, soon after. We got Jeffrey Wack is in the chat. Hey, Jeffrey. One of my awesome patrons. The legend. Oh, chat just jumped real hard. Cragmore was what got me hooked too. 15 year? This is just a 12 year, right? I don't know of the 15. Maybe it was the 15 before it was the 12. I'm not sure. Hey, Gregor. Good to see you. Oh, Dal Winnie was your first ever whiskey back in 2008. That's cool. Okay, Wilson, here we go. Open 18 time. No idea what to expect. Hopefully you like it. Put in the chat what you think about it. I know you're not a huge Scotch fan, but I feel like that would be a good one. I've had it before. It's good. Oh, Luna is speaking German. I'm not even going to try to read that out. Okay, now we feel old, have been married a year, skip forward 33 years. Yeah. No. Not as daft as ever. Eric McDaniel. Okay, so Glen Kinchie, 43% chill filtered. I can't remember if I said this or not. This is ex-bourbon cask matured. Oh, whoa. Matt, I didn't know you lived. That's cool. I live 5 miles from Glen Kinchie. Unfortunately, it's been heavily rebranded as the home of Johnny Walker. I know. The 12 is a little too light in flavor for me. Okay. I haven't had the Distiller's Edition. And I haven't had this in a really long time. Probably since my review. It's been a long, long time, so. Again, I'm getting honey on this one. This one's like a little more, I don't want to say floral because I feel like it doesn't smell like flowers, but it's almost like this sweet, I don't know, it's not florally. It's like fruity, like really fruity. A little bit of like a maltiness to it too. It's kind of like, smells light, if that makes sense. Like light or crisp or something. I don't know. It smells like summertime kind of. Okay, I'm going to go for a sip. Cheers, guys. Andrew Butler, sorry I'm late. The spirit of Yorkshire tasting overran. Oh, no worries. Wow, that's so much lighter than I remember it. Yeah, it's like a tiny bit spicy, a little bit of lemon. That kind of cereal thing comes through on the palate. But it's so much It's almost like creamy. I don't know. Yeah, that's way lighter than I remember. Oh my goodness. Jason from the Mash and Drum just sending in $20. Okay, just wanted to say you're doing a wonderful job keeping the vPub going. Also, is there a Scotch distillery that doesn't agree with your palate? Ooh, gosh, good question. Let me think here. I feel like I like Ben Riach, but it's like kind of like meh. I don't know. I'm trying to think, man. I've liked almost all of them, honestly. There's got to be one that I don't like though. Glen Farkless was kind of like meh. I only had the 12 year to be fair, but I was just kind of like eh. I feel like the 15 and like up would be really good though. So not necessarily the distillery, but maybe just the bottling of it. Man, that is such a good question, Jason. I'm just trying to think here. Yeah, I feel like those would be the two. Maybe Ben Riach and Glen Farkless, but not Glen Farkless as a distillery, just the bottling of it was kind of a little lackluster for me. But oh, it's raining real hard outside, guys. We might lose power. It happens sometimes. Thank you so much for the super chat, Jason. You're just so awesome. Oh, so I'm drinking Glen Kinchie, the third of the six, and then I'll be going back and forth and just kind of seeing how they change. So Ben is drinking Dalmore, maybe? Oh, or you're saying Dalmore. Yeah, I feel like Dalmore is just a little too, I don't know, out of touch. Like, just it's 40% heavily colored. Like, I don't even want to buy a bottle. Like, maybe the cigar malt. People say the cigar malt's good, but I just don't want to waste my money. And I would say the same thing with like Jura maybe, but the Jura, what did I have? It was some crazy Jura. It was like a Jura 18 Grand Cru red wine cask or something, and it was really delicious. So I feel like the regular Jura is probably, so we have to pay attention. Okay, so sorry, yeah, it'll go Cragganmore, Dal Winnie. I'm currently drinking Glen Kinchie. Then it'll be Oban, then Talisker, then Lagavulin. I also have the kind of lineup back here, so you can kind of see what I'm drinking. Sorry, Luna. But yeah, so I think maybe like Jura, Dalmore, those are probably some good examples of whiskeys that don't really connect with me for the most part. Oh, DC, my wonderful wrench is just putting my Patreon link in the chat. Thanks, DC. He was actually my very first ever patron, so kind of cool. I recently got a bottle of Dalmore Cigar Malt on sale, and it's the best Dalmore. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I've heard good things, especially with cigars. So, oh, and then we're not doing a vPub on it, but next Saturday we're gonna do a bourbon and cigar pairing night on Saturday, so that should be fun. Oh, hi, Malt Mates. Hey, everyone. Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's Cragganmore, Dal Winnie, Glen Kinchie, Oban, Talisker, and then Lagavulin. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to go for another sip of this Glen Kinchie real quick, and we'll see what I think, and then we'll move on to the Oban. It's smelling better, actually, the longer it opens up. I really enjoy it. I mean, it's a little lower on the complexity side, but it's a nice dram to just kind of hang out with. I won a bottle of Dalmore 15 a couple years back. Glad I did. Got to try it without, yes, parting my hard-earned money, yeah. Hey, Shayla. Hi, Thomas. I've never been a fan of the Dalmore range. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, cigar malt is probably a good one, but yeah, an aura of fakeness. I know, yeah. Uncolored Gordon and MacPhail looks kind of tempting. So, like, yeah, in No Nonsense Whiskey, if you guys know him, you probably do. He's got tons of subscribers, but he just did sorry, there's construction going on outside my house. He just did I think it was a 9-year Dalmore, and it was so light. So it was uncolored, and it looked like I don't know, like a Glenfiddich or something, or even lighter than that. Maybe like a Deanston. It looked good. So, Ben Marnick, I was at Glen Kinchie last week. They haven't distilled anything for days due to a leak in the boiler heating system. Oh man, that's a bummer. Whiskey 101. So I'm not 100% sure on the lineup, but I think we're going to do Bellmead, maybe Old Grandad 114, Old Forester 100 maybe Wild Turkey Rare Breed. I don't know. So just kind of some classic ones. Yeah, I still have not nailed down the specifics, but basically, like, I'm trying for younger whiskeys to kind of see how they compare with cigars. So, oh gosh, guys, chat is just jumping so hard. I really like the Open 14. Me too, Luna. It's one of my favorites in here, actually. I'm kind of excited to get to it. Had both Dalmore and Jura. Never really been to my taste. Dalmore was a bit generic. Jura was a bit too sweet. Yeah. Graham says, I did the Glen Kinchie tasting tour a few weeks ago. And the day they reopened. Their sensory tasting emphasized floral, cereal, creamy, tropical fruit. With a potpourri finish. Interesting. Yeah, I get the creamy cereal and floral. Tropical fruit, that's kind of interesting. I feel like I get it now that you said it. I don't know if I would have picked that out. And then potpourri finish. I can see a little bit of that. That's interesting. That's kind of cool. Okay, I'm going to move on to the Oban 14. Just trying to get my bearings a little bit, and then we'll go into kind of picking them apart a little bit when I try to get my rank down. Had a 40-year-old Dalmore. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. At a tasting with Richard the Nose Patterson. It was amazing. That's pretty cool. Oh wow, it smells so different. It's funny because I've never actually done a flight of these. I've only ever had them in isolation. Like I've never had all 6 at once. So the Oban is much more different than when I've had it in isolation. It's kind of odd. Good day, Barflies. Hey, Stephen. Let's see. Oh, Big Vic. Donated $10 super chat. Thanks. Never had a chance to get on a live. Cheers. Thanks, Big Vic. Appreciate it. That's awesome. Okay, Oban might not be fruity or sweet enough for some, but if you want something more than Cardew but not as funky as Springbank, then you are, I'm assuming, there. So this one apparently means Little Bay. It's 43% colored, chill filtered, ex-bourbon, Hoggies. This is their West Highland, so kind of their coastally Highland, which they also have Talisker, which is, I guess, the island version, but it smells a little bit floral coming off of the Glen Kinchie, actually. I don't know if you guys get that, too. Oh, Helen's drinking Oban 14. Okay. In the Glencairn this evening. Nicer than we remembered. One of those that we struggle with now and again. Okay. Thor seems to be swinging his hammer on your roof. Yes. If you guys can hear the thunder. All right. I'm going to go for a sip. This kind of reminds me of Kleinleash a little bit. Like it's got a tiny little bit of that waxy character. It definitely doesn't have the mouth coating or the spice or, as much as Kleinleash, but I think this is the most Klein Leash-esque of them all, which I like. I enjoy that. That kind of waxy note. Yeah, it's not directly over us. Man, so for like 6 months, it's really, there's like thunderstorms. Not every night, but there's like, it rains every night and there's a lot of thunderstorms. And there's been some nights where it's like right on top of your roof. And it's not scary, but it's just like, I don't know. Sadly, out of oven at the moment. Oh, man. Okay, Menno just went through the quiz questions again, and they're a little bit maybe difficult. I have a bad feeling I'm going to get a pretty low score on the quiz, so. And now it's raining really hard. Okay. I'm trying to get notes on the nose of this. I feel like I've had an easier time before, like kind of just spitting out notes, but I don't know. It's a little bit of a coastal vibe. I don't know if that's because I know where it's from or what, but I have a bad feeling we're gonna lose power, guys. Yeah, we don't have to worry about wildfires pretty much ever. I love scary thunderstorms. Okay, and if we do go out of power, my husband will be able to hook up our generator, and then I'll get back online. You might have to give me a moment. We'll see how it goes. Really hope that we don't lose power. Yeah, a little bit Klein Leashy, tiny bit of wax. It's good. I like it. A little bit of like toffee on the palate. It's nice. When Menno says it's too hard, we're all in trouble. I know. Hit that like button, or else a thunderstorm will knock over your whiskey cabinet / shelf. Trev is putting some voodoo on you guys. Okay, I'm sure he's talking to Trev. You have a generator well equipped for whatever apocalypse then. Yeah. The like button has been thunderstruck. Okay, now that AC/DC song is going to be stuck in my head. Thank you, IC86. Are you sure you didn't order the thunderstorms? I know, I was like doing the thunderstorm, like rain dance to make sure that we don't have to take the Menno quiz. Okay, this also might be on Menno's quiz tonight. I'm not sure. Oh, wow. That Talisker smells so different compared to these other ones. See you next week, Gerben. Thanks for coming in. Okay, so the Dal Winnie, they have Distiller's Edition. So Dal Winnie is finished in Oloroso. Glen Kinchie is finished in Amontillado. Cragganmore is finished in Port. Oban is finished in Fino Sherry. Talisker is finished in Amoroso. And Lagavulin in PX Sherry casks. Just in case he has that on the quiz. We've got that going. Diageo also owns 28 malt distilleries and make up about a third of the total capacity of Scotland's industry. It was formed in 1997 by a merger from the Guinness Group and Grand Metropolitan. I don't know what he's going to have on the quiz, so I'm just spitting out stuff until... Oh, it's raining so hard, you guys. Okay, the open Game of Thrones bottling was one of the most popular in the range, I bet. I'm so nervous we're going to lose power. I'm going to be so pissed, guys. Ugh. Whiskey Central. If you happen to cover something on the quiz when you haven't even gone through the quiz yourself yet, that just rewards people who pay attention. Exactly, yes. Diageo owns bourbon too. So what do they have? They've got Crown Royal, Ciroc, Bulleit, Smirnoff, Captain Morgan, Bailey's, Don Julio, and Guinness. They got a bunch of other ones too, but I'm just trying to cover anything that he would have on the quiz. So 5 out of these 6 distilleries use worm tubs. from what I can tell. Only Lagavulin doesn't. And according to my calculation, 9 out of their 28 distilleries use worm tubs. So I'm not sure if that's the exact right number, but I went through their thing and then went through the ones that use worm tubs. I think it's about 9. So it's freaking raining so hard right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it outside, but it's... Go slowly, I'm taking notes. Oh, sorry. I know, nothing to stress. Thanks, Thomas. Yeah, so sorry, guys. If it does go out, I'll try to get it back up as soon as possible. You might just have to wait a few minutes. So, and then I'll probably be wet. Okay, so I'm on the Talisker, which apparently means sloping rock. It's 45.8% ABV, colored, chill filtered, ex-bourbon hoggies. From what I could tell, people said it's 16 to 22 parts per million on the peat. It smells super bacony. I don't know if you guys get that too. Yeah, I can hear the thunder and rain now, yeah. It sounds like you have a faucet running, not rain. Yeah, it's because, so I'm in a little casita, and I have a roof just right outside my door, and so it's like, I'm not going to say the expression, but it's like something hitting a flat rock, because I have a tile kind of floor right outside my office, so the water's just running. Okay, going against the grain, nice bonus. I'm not a big fan of most of the Talisker core range. I like, what did I have? I think I had the Talisker, what was it, the 18? I can't remember if it was the 18 or somewhere around there. I really liked that one. This is like my second sip ever of the 10 though. It smells like bacon. Kind of salty a little bit of like citrus too. It's gonna be like a miracle if the power doesn't go out. Talisker Distillers Edition is quite nice. Okay. I like the Talisker Storm, but find the 10 too peppery. Okay. Yeah, I like it. It's a little spicy. Yeah, I think I get a little bit of that pepper. I think the salt comes through quite a bit on the palate, actually. I don't know. It's kind of a nice balance. I might be in the minority here, but I like it. It's pretty salty. Like, really salty. It feels like they put salt in it. Wow. Okay, I'm going to go for the Lagavulin now. I'm a hothead. Pepperies, no problem. Bring it on. Well, there you go. Interestingly, your chosen distilleries tonight all have worm tub condensers other than Lagavulin. Yeah, I just mentioned that, Graham. Yeah, five out of the 6 of these guys. I think Diageo is known as like the king of worm tubs or something like that. They have quite a few worm tub distilleries. So balance is the right word for me when it comes to Talisker. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I don't know if it's like my favorite thing ever, but I enjoyed the 10. I could see having a bottle of it, and on a night where I really wish that I could have bacon and salt, maybe drinking some of it. 10-year-old Ben Rinnis. Oh, nice. From a refill sherry. Ooh, 60.9% ABV. That sounds wonderful. Yeah, I know. A Talisker Dark Storm. Wow. It's so funny because when you have Lagavulin 16 just by itself, you get some fruit notes, or at least I do. But coming off the Talisker, it smells so much more fruity, like peaches and apricots kind of thing. I don't know if you guys get those fruits too. Let me know. Hopefully the storm passes soon. Sometimes they just kind of run right through because we don't have any mountains near us. They're like about 30 minutes down the other way, so hopefully it's just an in and out thing. To me, the Talisker 10 is a bit of a one-trick pony. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like it's not, like, unidimensional or anything, but I feel like there's not too much going on, but there's enough to, like, pique my interest, and the ABV is high enough that I enjoy it, so it's not bland, but yeah, there's not, like, a million things going on. Oh, it smells so fruity. Okay, so this means hollow by the mill. I'm sure most of you guys know this, but I don't know what he's going to put on the quiz. 43% chill filtered, colored, ex-bourbon and ex-sherry casks. It says that it's 35 parts per million. Let me know if I'm wrong on that, guys. I looked at a couple sites and they said 35 ppm. Dang, that smells so good. It's like vanilla cream and lemon and a bunch of fruit. The classic malts all have distillery editions where they are finished in special casks. And for Talisker, it's always Amoroso. Yeah, yep, just mentioned that a second ago. Who's talking in the background? A guy that's doing a little bit of work on my house, which he's probably not doing anymore because it's raining. And then my husband is talking to him. So, sorry. Oh, dang. Mary McDavid, Bunnahabhain 21 year. Only a sample, but that's awesome. Hopefully they'll stop talking soon. Sorry, guys. Smells so sweet. All right, I'm gonna go on the palate. This I've only had in isolation before, or against the Lagavulin 11, but this like smells so friggin' sweet. I'm excited to taste it. All right. I think a lot of that sweetness comes through, and then you get that kind of what I call, I don't know, kind of like an earthier peat. It's not as, I get a little bit of seaweed on the palate, but I don't think it's as like maritime as a lot of other ones. It's a little bit on the earthier side for me personally, so. I know, this is just background noise, guys. Makes it feel even more like a vPub. I'm kind of like feeling like I should rush this in hopes that the storm, that I get done with this before the storm goes, but I feel like I'm hearing it lightening up a little bit though, so fingers crossed it'll be all right. Okay. All right, I'm just going to cleanse my palate, and then we'll go back the other way, and then I'll try to do a ranking if possible. All right, back on the Lagavulin 16. Des, as far as I'm concerned, the first 5 drams are just warm-ups for the main course. Laga 16. There you go. Yep, that was just the barkeep dealing with the car that was blocking somebody in. Yep, that's what's going on outside, guys. Don't worry about it. Does it feel like any more like Scotland right now? Like it's raining. You're in a cozy little pub right now with all your friends. You're staying dry and warm. Wow. I feel like this Lagavulin kind of hits its stride. I think Des is correct. Like, in isolation, you might not think that this is the best Islay whiskey. Like, I don't think it's the best Islay whiskey. There's a lot that I like more than this, but I do really enjoy this one. And I think in this flight, it kind of shines a little bit. I don't know if you guys get that too, but. So hot here. Yeah, it's about the same temp here, Ben. It's raining, but it's hot and very muggy. A blue Mazda just left their lights on. Anyone driving a blue Mazda? Anyone? Oh, it's really raining. God, so sorry, guys. I can't control the weather. Wow, it smells so fruity. Oh, this weather, man. Shall I put another log on the fire? Yes, thanks, John. Just found another Scotch sample. Let's go. What'd you find? Bourbon Wrench? Trevi Trev? Wow, that lager is really, really good in this flight. Fantastic. All right, I'm going to go back to the Talisker. See what we can get now that we've off of the heels of lager. Okay, sorry, Steve. I'm trying to stay focused, but it's so loud that I'm getting all nervous. So, okay, sorry. No more apologizing. All right. That did not sound good. A little bit more fruit coming up on the Talisker now. I still get that salt, but I don't know if it's just because I've had the lager, but a little bit more of the fruit is coming along. Kind of like a sweet orange, maybe, a little bit. Just walk it off, yep. Just a drunk pub guest stumbling. There we go. Yeah, he's not working on the roof, so I think we're okay. Yeah, don't know what that was, but it was something. I'm trying to not focus on it. It's very hard. Okay. I hear them both talking still, so I think we're all right. Yeah, a little bit of salt, a little bit of citrus. That's nice. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the Oban. Wow, this is so much more like stewed. I'm just getting so much more fruit now. This is like stewed apples or something, or like baked apples maybe. Wow, it smells so sweet. Yeah, and like a vanilla kind of cream. A little bit of a lemon thing going on too. Oh, it smells so good. This is the Oban, by the way, guys, if I didn't say. Okay, what'd you drink, Trev? Let me know. Oh, gosh. Oh, man, no. Okay. Oh, wow. That Oban just is so much better coming this way than the other way. Oh, it's really nice. Yeah, a little bit of that Klein Leash, but so much sweeter, a lot more fruit, a little bit of spice too. Wow. Okay, I'm on Glen Kinchie again. Steve A loves Scotchy Scotch Scotch. Everyone. Oh gosh. This smells like cream now. Like heavy whipping cream with like vanilla in it. Like super sugary. Oh man. So good. Man, they're so much better. Going this way, like initially starting, they were okay, but I feel like after having lager and then coming back, everything is just kind of the way that it's meant to be. I don't know. It's really nice. Okay, I'm still in the Glen Kinchie here. Sorry you guys can't see my glasses. I just have too much stuff in front of me to have my glasses visible, so a little bit harder for you guys to see what's going on. So. Whoops. Likely you'll get considerably less rain when you move to Portugal, Shayla. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know Portugal is quite rainy. We're going to be probably in central Portugal, so not as rainy as the north, but I think it rains more here because it's like torrential downpours for like 6 months. But then it doesn't rain for the other 6, so I'm not sure. Don't make Steve time you out. No, don't time him out. I'm stuck on Laga and I ain't going back. Okay, well there you go. It is really nice, but I gotta say, I enjoyed these other 5 more, or so far after tasting the Laga, than I had previously. So I just keep going back to this Glen Kinchie. It smells like it. So my mom bakes like cupcakes and cakes and that sort of thing, and she makes this certain type of like whipping cream for her frostings, and it just smells like that. Oh, it smells so good. It's making me miss my mom. That's really good. Honestly, I know Glen Kinchie doesn't get a ton of love, but I like it. It's yummy. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to the Dal Winnie. I still have no idea on my rank. Absolutely no idea. The Dal Winnie is actually a little bit more sour now. Kind of smells or like overripe or something. Kind of like not like rotten fruit, but like a little bit sour fruit. Yes, Laga and Kinchie are the best in the range. I really like the Oben too. So I guess I have some idea of a rank. I feel like Laga, Glen Kinchie, and Oben will probably be in the top 3, and then Cragganmore, Dal Winnie, and Talisker will be in the bottom 3, somewhere around there, at least so far. Dal Winnie smells like E150. I've never smelled E150, to be fair, but so I'm not sure if it does or doesn't. It smells a little bit sour to me right now. I still get a little bit of heather. I don't know if you guys get that too. But the sourness is kind of showing up a little bit more, coming back into the range. And a little bit more flat, honestly. I think I liked it more initially coming off the Cragganmore. It had a little bit more flavor and a little bit more of a jam kind of thing going on, but now it's a smidge drier and just not as much flavor for some reason. It's kind of weird because they're not all 43%, but most of them are 43%, and then Talisker's the 45.8, and then Cragganmore's 40%, but it has less flavor even though it's the same ABV. It just kind of feels thinner on the palate. I don't know. I should really try Glen Kinchie again. Only tried it once, remember absolutely nothing about it. I don't think it's like gonna blow your mind, but I think it's pretty good. Especially like if you have Lagavulin first and then let that kind of hang out and then have Glen Kinchie. For some reason it's to me it's really nice. So I was reading about a Grand Metropolitan today. They had acquired Watney's, who had taken over for IDV, who are a merger between Ghibli's and J&B. Thrusk, Glen Spey, Knockandu, and Strathmill. Okay. Yeah, I know there was like a merger between Grand Metropolitan and Guinness, and that's how Diageo formed. And I guess DCL was before, quite a while before that. Man, this Kraganmore does. I'm not going to call it the most complex aroma or whatever, but it does smell pretty dang good. I just wish it had more ABV, you know. So, what do you guys think about these? Like, compared to something like Douglas Lane's remarkable malts or remarkable regional malts or something like that. Do you guys think these have their own place, or do you think they're kind of being pushed out by stuff that's more naturally presented? You know, that's kind of what I was thinking. It's like this was pretty incredible for this to happen in the 80s when kind of everything was getting shut down and distilleries were closing and, you know, all of this stuff was happening and they were able to do this. I think it's kind of cool. And I'm glad that it's still around, but I do think it might be, just for me personally, might be fading off a little bit. I think I would rather have the Douglas Lane malts than I would have these just because they're more naturally presented and higher ABVs and probably a bit more interesting. I can't get any down here, so we have what we have. But yeah, what do you guys think? Okay, let's see. What is the 3-pack by your left elbow? That's a Teeling pack. We went through that on the Irish whiskey vPub last week. I really like them, actually. I was very pleasantly surprised with the quality of those whiskeys. I'd start with the Lowland Glen Kinchie, work through Speyside, Highland, Island, and finish with Lagavulin. Yeah, so I started with Kraganmore. I don't know, just flavor profile wise and ABV wise, it just seemed to make more sense for me at least. And then Dal Winnie is kind of that honey sweet. Glen Kinchie, you get a little bit more into the kind of lowland vibes. And then I thought Oban, Talisker, and then Lagavulin would make sense. Similar to what you thought. I think we just have a different starter, basically. But, yeah. Let's see. Lagavulin was my first Islay whiskey. Nowadays, I'm going towards Caol Ila more. I really do enjoy Caol Ila. Yeah. I think a company like Diageo could do a bit more and appeal to the zeitgeist. Yeah, I think it's sad because this was really awesome that they did this. Obviously, it was a marketing thing, but it's very cool that people got to experience these whiskeys in their presentation. And sadly, during that time, it was, and still is to some extent, okay to do, lower ABV, colored and chill filtered whiskeys. Like when there's just a bunch of blends and then you're putting out single malts like this, it's fine to put them like this. And then because they're popular, they can just continue to make whiskeys that are lower ABVs and colored and chill filtered. They are, with their extended malts, Klein Leash is at 46%. So I feel like some of their stuff is a little bit better. And honestly, all of their flora and fauna range could be 40% and people would probably still buy them. So I'm happy that they're at least 43%, but it is kind of a bummer. I wish that they would do it, but they just don't have to. They make enough money. They're popular enough. They're a big enough company that they make a ton of money at 43%, and it's totally fine. And also, maybe these malts aren't necessarily for whiskey enthusiasts. I think originally they were. Like these 6 malts probably bred some of the first like whiskey enthusiasts when you could actually like analyze, these single malts, and it was kind of, I don't know, I think it was probably very cool back in 1988 to have these whiskeys at this presentation. But yeah, nowadays I think it's probably going to lean more towards the Douglas Lane stuff. I would anyway, just as an enthusiast. And these are good intro whiskeys to get people into whiskey. I think probably any of these would be a good recommendation, depending on what avenue people want to go down. So it is kind of sad, but I think the classics are just that, classic. A great place to start and work up from there. It depends on where you're at in your journey. Totally agree. Yeah. A great introduction to Scotch for beginners. Yep. Yeah, so I think that's kind of the market that they're in. It is sad though. I do wish that they had even like they could have the 6 classic malts and then maybe some higher strength non-chill filtered ones. I know it just doesn't make sense for them to do that, but I just want that personally for myself. And they could charge quite a bit more, and I'd be happy to pay more. I think it'd be cool. So as a historical thing, I think they have their place. Yeah. Maybe a little bit jaded nowadays. Yeah. Agree with the Douglas Lane blended malts would probably be our choice, to be honest. Yeah. Tom says, for me, the remarkable regional malts are better presented, but the classic malt range is still good. I agree. Great to pour with friends, get into whiskey, and get the conversation going. Totally. Yeah. So they still have their place. From what I can tell from you guys, they still have their place. It's just maybe a starting place. So, yeah. The classics were designed to shed light taste on different regions and different flavors. Many folks still believe all Scotch tastes alike. Yeah, I think during that time when there was so many blends, just blended whiskey was the thing, you know. So to have 6 malts that are all different in their own way is kind of a neat thing. And then from research, I heard that the reason they picked some of these, so like obviously Diageo has a large portfolio, but the reason that they picked some of these or most of these is because of their location and then their kind of like aesthetic, because they assumed that this was going to be a hit and that people would travel there and stuff like that. So there were other whiskeys that may have been better, but they actually chose certain ones because of kind of easy access and just kind of their aesthetics, which I think is kind of interesting. So, hey Tim, how's it going? Okay, so I'm sniffing the Cragganmore right now. It smells really good. Tonight I've got Old Pulteney 12, Highland Park 12, Loch Lomond 12, Glengarry, and now Cutty Sark Prohibition. And the Prohibition is my favorite. Wow. I think Loch Lomond would probably be my favorite out of those. All right. So I'm going to have one last little sip of this, and then I'll try to nail down my rank real quick, and then we'll get to the dreaded Menno quiz that I'm really excited for. Yeah, so maybe that's it. The special releases are more for the enthusiasts. Maybe the Stiller's edition. So maybe they kind of do have a, you know, it would just be nice to have not finished whiskeys. Like, I know the Distillers editions are probably amazing, but it'd be kind of cool to see these exact whiskeys just at a higher strength and non-chill filtered. But I know I'm asking too much. Okay, when IBV created the classic malts, they picked Glen Kinchie over Rosebank. Yeah, I heard that, yeah. Which was a big mistake as Rosebank closed. Yeah. And there was an interesting thing about that. Darn it, I was reading about that, and there was something cool. I should have written it down. Hopefully Ian Ling reopening it will finally prove them wrong. Yeah. Mike Meyer. Hello, patron. Hello, wonderful patron. Cheers, all. Better late than never. No worries. You're just in time for it. By the way, Mike, you did great on the Irish quiz last week. This week, we have Menno. So, it's fine if... I'm just going to say it right now. A pass mark tonight is a 3 out of 10 because it's a Menno quiz. Am I allowed to do that? I mean, I'm the boss. Roy's gone tonight, so I can do what I want. David, I'm considering buying Laphroaig 16, but is the higher price worth it? Is it better than the 10 or 10 cast strength? I don't think I've had the Laphroaig 16. I really do enjoy the 10. Anybody have a perspective on that? Please let David know. Do you think 16 is worth it? Would you buy the 10 cast strength instead? What do you think? I haven't had the 16, so I can't say. Okay, so I think Cragganmore is my least favorite. I like it, but just not as much. And then between Talisker and Dal Winnie, I know it's kind of a silly comparison. People probably are like, Talisker, duh, but let me just see. Okay, The Dal Winnie is pretty good, though. Diageo now have their Four Corners of Scotland to replace the 6 classics. I haven't heard of that. I mean, I've heard they have like their homes, you know, like the Four Corners, but are they replacing the 6 classics? I thought it was just it was kind of like an addition to that. Another little like marketing thing. I don't know. I've never really liked Rosebank, like Port Ellen and Brora. I'm not that bothered about them reopening. Well, there you go. Yeah, I haven't had any of those, so don't know. Haven't been fortunate enough to try any of those. Although I've been very fortunate, so. Mike Baker, damn time difference in this beautiful state of Washington has been throwing off this Florida resident, but I made it. Glendronach 11, 2008 in the glass. I think I have some of that sample that you sent me, so maybe while I'm being punished with the quiz, I will treat myself with a little bit of Glendronach 11. Okay. All right, so I think Cragganmore is my least favorite. Let me try Talisker compared to Dal Winnie to see 5th and 4th. Okay, so I think I like Talisker more, at least tonight. Just my mood suits me. Okay, now it's going to be hard. So I've got Lagavulin, Oban, and Glen Kinchie. And I love them all for different reasons, so this is not easy. I don't know if I read this. Sugar Kitty, Talisker versus Dal Winnie is like choosing your children. Why not both? Well, luckily I get to have all 6, so. All right, so, man, I like them all for different reasons. All right, let me start with the Glen Kinchie. Let's see. Oh, you've had both 10 and 10 cast strength and love them. Okay. Okay. So I still really like the Glen Kinchie. The Oban is reminding me a little bit of Climb Leash, though, and I freaking love Climb Leash, so I don't know if I can put this as 3rd place, honestly. I know. Yeah, Mike, I would ace that quiz. I have so many freaking 80s rock playlists on my Spotify. Well, I have one that I made, which is like the best playlist of all time, I think. And then I have some others that I follow that are other people's playlists. Man. Okay, so I think I like the Oban more than the Glen Kinchie. I really do like them both, but okay, so 4th, 5th. I'm going to go 3rd, 2nd. I think Lagavulin is still my 1st. And honestly, I like the other whiskeys after having Lagavulin, so there's just something about the kind of the order of them, the pairing of them, I don't know. Yeah, I still think that's my 1st out of the 6. Oban is a close 2nd, though. It depends on what you like. If you like peat, Lagavulin. If you don't like peat, Oban. That's kind of what I'm going with. So, Lagavulin, my 1st place. Oban, my 2nd place. Glen Kinchie, 3rd. Talisker, 4th. Dal Winnie, 5th. And Cragganmore is my 6th. So, that's what I'm going with. Peated whiskey first. Who would have guessed? Stacy. Hey, Stacy. Just jumping on. Made an out-of-state trip for more Irish whiskey. That's so cool that you like Irish whiskey that much. I'm going to get into it. That Teeling, man, has just set me on a journey. I feel like I have to like every variety. Like, I don't know, just because I'm a whiskey reviewer or something. I'm not sure. So far, I've been lucky in like every variety, so. Okay, guys, we're only an hour and 8 minutes in, but I am concerned that the power is going to go out. I think we're okay. I think we're out of the woods, honestly, but Is this the Diageo single malt tasting experience set? Yeah, so it's the 6 classic malts. I have bottles of each of them, but way back in the day they did sell little tasting sets. I'm not sure if they still do that, honestly. It'd be cool if they did, but yeah, this is that. So I'm gonna have to tap out. Definitely not chickening out for the quiz. All gone quiet outside. Yeah, it's way less loud. So okay, I think I'm gonna bring Menno on, and we're just gonna go through this painful journey together. I am gonna pour a little bit of this Glendronach 11. So hold on, let me get a glass real quick. Hold on, I have to get through my samples. I don't know which one it is. Oh darn it! I'm not gonna be able to find it. Oh, son of a bee. Okay, I can't find it. There's too many sample bottles. Okay, Menno, are you ready? If you're not ready, it's all good, but give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Okay. All right. Oh, and then let me do I do this or no? Can I add this to the stream? Do I add it? There we go. Okay. Oh, this is going to be painful. Take it over, Menno.
I regret nothing. You're ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready. I got my little card here, so thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, very welcome. Okay, everybody. First question. Prior to the launch of the classic malts in 1988, how many of the 6 distilleries involved were already releasing their whiskey as single malts? Was it A, none of them? Was it B, all of them? Or was it C, half of them?
Oh goodness, I'm already guessing on this one. Oh gosh. All right, I think I have my guess ready. Jeez Louise. Steve A. I regret nothing, he says. I'll make him regret. All right. I think I've got my guess. This is a total guess, though, honestly. And see, this is bad, guys, because if I get a bad score, I like research stuff about this, so I should know this.
Okay, Sheila, then.
All right, you want to?
What's your guess? Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, just
all right, so I think it's C. I feel like it's C. I don't know.
Well, you're off to a good start. I can tell you that much. Half of them were. I'm not going to tell you which one because it might be of importance later on in the quiz.
Okay.
Okay. So where are we? Okay, a lot of C's. That's a good thing.
Oh yeah, everybody. It looks like a lot. Yeah, everybody's got C so far. There's a couple of B's, but yeah, mostly C's. Good job, guys.
Okay, then question 2. The classic malts was initially released in 1988, but it wasn't Diageo's first attempt at releasing whiskies based on region. They also did a series of whiskies by region in 1982, but which region was not represented? So was it A, the Highlands, B, the Lowlands, or C, Islands? The Islands.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I heard about I remember reading about the failed attempts, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember. I figured it'd be Campbelltown because they didn't, or at the 1988, I didn't think they had any Campbelltown whiskeys in their portfolio, or maybe there wasn't enough stock or something. But wow, so it's not Campbelltown. I assume that's what it would be. Oh goodness me!
And the official regions, I think, were not were not a thing back then. So those people probably guessing C because it's islands. Yeah, that's not.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I think I have my guess. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Then please go ahead. Show me.
All right.
So the Lowlands. Yeah. Okay.
Just a guess. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you that the famous and sadly missed Rosebank was a part of the series, so the Lowlands were in it, and the other one that was in it was Talisker, but there wasn't a Highland whiskey in that lineup.
Okay. Very cool.
So should have been a banana skin probably. But
no, it's okay. No, it's all right. No, this is the neat thing about your quizzes is we always learn something. So very cool.
Okay, then onwards to question 3. 1982 is an important year in the history of Talisker, but why?
Oh gosh.
Is it A, they were probably the first distillery to start welcoming visitors, or B, they became part of the Diageo or DCL family, or C, the distillery reopened and was modernized after a fire?
Oh dear. Oh man. I think I might guess on every single question tonight. Just maybe. Just maybe. Wow. Okay, and there's a banana skin. So I feel like B would not be it because like we just literally talked about that they were a part of it in 1982. So I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like you wouldn't give me that. So I feel like it's maybe A or C. I don't remember. I haven't researched them, so I don't know about any histories
Art
of
of deduction.
fires.
The
I
art of
haven't.
deduction.
Yes, yeah.
In,
Gosh, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with C. I don't know. I haven't researched them, so I'm not sure about
Mhm.
any fires or anything. But it's probably A. But we'll just go with it.
So what's it going to be, A or C? You going to stick with C or?
Yeah.
Okay, you shouldn't have.
Ah, darn it.
They did have a fire
Okay.
and they did reopen, but that was 20 years before that. It was
Okay.
somewhere in the 60s, I think. Yeah.
I had a bad feeling it was A, but it's all good. Had to go with my gut. It's all right.
Okay, then onwards to question 4. When selected to become part of the Classic Malts in 1988, Lagavulin did what? Did they A, start releasing their whiskey as single malts? Did they B, bump up the age statement of their core range from a 12-year-old to a 16-year-old? Or did they C, reduce the ABV on the 16-year-old from 46% to 43% ABV?
Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, I don't want to give it away until people, or not give it away because I literally don't know, but I have an idea about why
Mhm.
it's not one of them, one of the answers. So, let's see. Oh man. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with this. Luna is saying, "Why oh why did I stay?"
Yes, Luna. Why did you indeed?
Okay, so can I give you my theory?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
probably
go ahead.
wrong, but okay, so I think it might be A. I feel like it's not A though. God, did they because I thought they had a single malt before that, but I don't think it was a 12-year-old. I thought it was an 8-year-old. But I might be mistaken.
Mhm.
I thought I remembered that, but so maybe they reduced it from 46 to 43. I don't remember reading that, but I'm just gonna go with that. We'll just go with that. I think they already had a single malt, and I think it was an 8, not a 16. So that's my
Yeah.
guess. I don't know.
Okay, I can tell you that indeed they were already releasing whiskey before they became part of the
Uh-huh.
classic range, but it was a 12-year-old and they did bump up
Okay.
to a 16-year-old. And
Oh, okay.
ever since, the Lagavulin 16-year-old is pretty much their.
Their main one. Okay, I
Yep.
thought I read something that said that they had an 8 before that. And not that they switched it from an 8 to an 16, but I thought that they had an 8. So, okay. Oh, well, no worries. I'm doing about as well as I thought I would be. 1 for
Wow.
4 right now. So,
Well, pass mark is still within reach.
yeah.
Question 5 is always a picture question. So basically, it's one of the 6 from the
Okay.
classic malts, but which one is it? Are we looking at A, Glen Kinchie, B, Cragganmore, or C, Oban?
Okay. I think I might know it. Oh, goodness. Pass mark is a 3 for 10 tonight, guys, because it's a Menno quiz. So we still are all within reach. We can get a couple more right, I think. Okay, so I think I might know what this is. I'm probably wrong, but
Crowd seems to be all over the place.
yeah. Oh wow, lots of C's, lots of A's. Nobody is saying B.
Mm-hmm. And what say ye?
So I actually thought it was B. I might be going crazy, but so it kind of looks like Glen Kinchie a little bit, and then it also kind of looks like Oban a little bit. But I remember looking at this photo of Cragganmore, and I thought that there's obviously that part that's like white with the Cragganmore sign, but then I thought that there was like some kind of gray brick buildings in another spot. So I think it's B, but I'm probably wrong. So I don't know. It looks kind of like Oban though too, so I'm not sure.
Sorry to say.
Oh, it's okay.
Glen Kinchie, it's right
Glen
here.
Kinchie. Oh, okay. So
But
Glen
today.
Kinchie, I saw another photo of it, and it had like more of a red brick
Mhm.
facade on, but it must have been another part of the building. So I
Yeah,
haven't
it's probably
seen this.
an older picture as well. So yeah.
Ah, okay. So no on that one. That's all right. I seriously figured this was how this was gonna go. I got a 9 out of 10 on your last one though, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, then question 6. Which of these claims about Oban is not true? Is it that A, it is the oldest distillery owned by Diageo?
Ooh.
Is it B, when the classic malts were launched, Oban was included as a 12-year-old whiskey? Or is it C, it's the only Diageo distillery that doesn't produce for blends?
Okay. Goodness. Okay, I think I know what it is, but I keep saying that and then I'm wrong. So this is awesome though. Thank you, Menno. I mean, I know I'm 1 for 5 so far, but I'm still learning a lot, so this is great.
The question is, which of these claims is not true? So 2 of these are true, 1 of them isn't.
And again, I'm gonna get it wrong. So I'm gonna say B. Everybody's saying C, so I probably should say C, but I feel like it also is included in blends. I don't know. I feel like I read somewhere that it was, but I'm gonna go with B. I'm probably wrong. All good.
It is indeed the oldest distillery owned by Diageo, and as far as this little book tells me, it is the one distillery that does not produce for blends. So B was the right answer.
Oh, okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
The classic
Okay.
malt
I was like, I got all confused because it's not.
Yeah,
So yeah.
no.
Okay, I'm good.
Oban did release a 12. Oban did release a 12-year-old whiskey before the classic range, the classic malts, but then they bumped it up to a 14-year-old. So onwards to question 7. When John Smith founded Cragganmore in 1869, he was also doing what? Was he A, working as an excise officer, B, managing another distillery, or C, running for Prime Minister of the UK?
Oh, wow. Okay, I, again, think I know this one, but I'm not sure. These are such good questions, though. And I'm 2 for 6, so I still have a chance. Out of 3 out of 10. I just need a 3 out of 10. That's all I need. That's all everybody needs tonight, by the way. All right. So I am gonna guess B. I feel like there's so many. I read so many whiskey histories, and they're like they already owned this, and then they moved on to this. So.
And there's probably too many people named Smiths throughout whiskey history.
Yeah. So just a guess, but it'd be cool if it was C. But I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, that would be cool. But I just can tell you, I completely made up the part.
Okay,
or C. So indeed, he was managing another distillery. It was Glenfarclas, and because he wanted to focus on Cragganmore, he sold it on to the Grant family, who still own Glenfarclas today. So
neat.
It's kind of a cool thing.
Okay, so I got my pass mark. Does anybody else have their pass mark? 3 out of 7. I can get the rest wrong, and I'm okay. I see some pass marks.
Okay, question 8, and Glen Kinchie might well be the easily overlooked one in the lineup, but it's quite popular with some 40,000 visitors each year. That's, of course, because it's so close to Edinburgh. And it's a rather popular tourist destination, so when visiting Glen Kinchie, you can do what? Can you A, blend your own whiskey, B, take a cocktail class, or C, both of the above?
Okay. Steve, does 0 for 0 count as passing?
You're not even trying, Steve. You're deliberately underachieving. I know you are.
I'm sure you would get some of these right, Steve. I think this is one of his harder ones, I gotta say. Maybe it's just because I'm an idiot.
In retrospect, I think you are correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess this is C. I don't know about the... I've never been there, never researched it, but seems like both of those things would be a possible thing that could happen there.
Well, as far as I know, you can take a cocktail class, but you can't blend your own whiskey. So it was B.
Okay, it was just B. Interesting. I would think that there would be a
there are a
blending
few
class. I feel like there's a lot of those around, but neato. Okay.
I hope I don't get corrected on that one, but
okay.
Next to the classic malts, Diageo nowadays also promotes 6 whiskies as iconic malts. But which of these 6 is not included, or which of these is not included? I'm sorry.
So is this their extended range? Is that what you're talking about? Like the extended?
Yeah, when you go to their website malts.com, they have like iconic malts, and they list also 6 whiskies, but one of these is not on the list.
Okay. Huh. So, darn, because I thought all of those, or I think all of those are the extended, in the extended range, right? Like the Singleton of Dufftown.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Cardew, and then
that's because, and that's why there's a banana skin, because indeed.
Okay, shite. Darn, I don't know. Let's see. Which of these is not included? Gosh, I feel like, man, I don't know. These are such good questions. Dang it. I feel like Cardew is like, I don't know. It's like a very pretty distillery. I think it's a really pretty distillery. I feel like that's kind of one of their babies. And I feel like
it was. I think it was the first distillery initially. The Walker family gained control over. So.
Yeah, so I feel like that would be an important one to them. I don't necessarily think it's like iconic, but they might.
Yeah, but
and then Clynelish, I feel like, is also one of those iconic ones. But then the Singleton of Dufftown, like I feel like Dufftown is a really kind of important part of like whiskey history. So I would feel weird saying that like is not one of them, but okay, I'm just gonna go with C. I don't know. It's probably Clynelish, but he's making a bad noise, which means I got it wrong, guys.
Yeah, you're second guessing yourself throughout the entire quiz, and your second guesses are always correct.
Okay, all right. B, yeah, okay. Yeah. It makes sense that it would be B, so I should have gone with it. But I like Clynelish, and I feel like it's iconic. So screw what Diageo thinks. Yeah. That's awesome. Okay.
And when you think it couldn't get any worse, then there's of course the asshat question too.
I've already passed tonight, so I'm fine.
Okay. The combined production capacity of all 6 distilleries that are part of the classic malts is what?
Oh gosh.
Is it A, about 20% of the total production capacity of the Diageo distilleries, malt distilleries, I have to say? Is it B, roughly the same as single malt whiskey being exported to the United States and France combined? Or is it C, less than what Diageo's biggest distillery produces, which is Rose Isle?
Oh gosh.
Yep. Very oh gosh.
Yeah.
You just pick a dart and throw it somewhere.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go with A. I don't know. It's probably one of the other ones because that's how life is going for me right now. But people are saying C, less than. Oh God. Yeah, I don't know. Fudge. Yeah. Whiskey Game says ABC.
Probably the right approach.
So I think I may have 4. I either have 3 or 4 correct. I'm not sure. So far, and this is probably not going to be one of those. So, but I got a Menno pass, which is a 3 out of 10 at least. So I'm good with it.
Okay, and you're sticking with.
I'm sticking with A, which is a mistake, but it's fine.
And your second guess would be
C. And it's right again because my second guess is right.
No, it was B.
Oh, it's B. Okay, I'm not even.
So they combined, they produce some 13.5 million liters each year. So yeah.
So nobody got that one right. I'm assuming because who would know the U.S. and France combined exportation of single malt whiskey? Maybe Greg.
Again, a very useful source if you're like to nerd out on things like this.
Yeah, I've got the 2021 book, but I haven't. I'm kind of like, as I'm researching distilleries, I'll like go to that section in the book and kind of read through that. I haven't read through the entire thing. I'm just kind of like spot reading it. I don't know. Now that was a proper quiz, says Des. I agree. Those were great questions. I think I got either a 3 out of 10 or maybe a 4 out of 10. I stopped counting, so probably a 3 out of 10. Barely passed by Roy standard, but a great Menno quiz standard, because as long as you got a 3, you're totally fine. Sugar Kitty got a 3. That's a pass mark. 3 or 4, Ronald, I'm in the same boat. You guys did very well on a Menno quiz. Mike says 2 out of 10. I think my life was easier 30 minutes ago when I didn't know what Menno was. Lindsay is calling for her mom. I'll be doing that after the vPub. Last one was process of elimination. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Goodness me. You know that one day we're gonna meet in person.
Yeah,
now,
and
right?
I'll make up for everything. I promise.
No, but these are so great. Like, even though you end up getting a low score on most of your quizzes, I got a 9 out of 10 on the last one. I felt so proud. But you still learn something. Like, I got a 3 out of 10, but I learned a ton. So I'm more than happy with that, because now I have new things to research, because I didn't know all of this stuff. So it's not crazy fun when you get like an 8 out of 10, because it's like, oh, I know everything, I'm good, you know. But these quizzes are very humbling, and then you just learn more, which is the whole idea. So I like your quizzes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you for coming on. That was so fun. No matter how much I read, I still remember less, but a very enjoyable quiz. You got a 4 out of 10, which is a flying colors pass in a Menno quiz, I believe. So this is a new thing, guys. So the Menno quizzes are 3 out of 10 pass. Roy and Shayla quizzes are 5 out of 10s. Actually, mine should probably be like 7 out of 10s, because mine are way easier. But I think it's just because I don't know enough to make these like very thoughtful quizzes. But eventually. Steve got a perfect 0 out of 0. Well, I hope, even though you didn't try, that you learned something. Because that's the whole idea.
I think he's thinking about new ways to hurt me.
Gotta love Steve A, for sure. I know, that's a lot. Yeah, he says he's going to make up for it. That's, I mean, that's a lot of psychological and emotional damage that Menno has been inflicting on us. So he has to pay us with a lot of drams when he meets us. So we're gonna put him in the poorhouse, guys.
Yeah.
Very humbling quiz this evening. Oh, sorry, what, Menno?
GMB for everybody.
GMB? What's that?
Yeah. Cheap blend.
Oh, okay. Oh, J&B. Yeah.
JMB, yeah.
Yeah, very great vPub though. Cheers, Shayla. Thanks, Helen. Yes, very humbling quiz indeed. It was actually no different than the other quizzes. Answers were guesses. Yep, still lots of fun and educational, for sure, guys. Yes, that was so fun. I learned that I need to become more strict with Menno. There you go, Steve. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, maybe just everybody just going to bed. That might be a better way to go. All right, guys. Well, that was the 6 classic malts. That was a wonderful and very difficult Menno quiz. I hope you guys had fun. Thank you so much for dramming along with me if you did. And I think we're just gonna get off and enjoy the rest of our Thursday. And if you're in Belgium, you're just gonna probably go to bed. All right, guys. Have a good week. I'll see you next week. If I happen to see you on Saturday, I'll see you on Saturday. Thank you so much, Menno, for everything. You're a rock star. All right. Night, guys. Bye.
Night.